LeBron was watching that.
The world, I don't say exactly where yet.
I'm excited. Second episode. Did overpay him, but if it means people will speak to me,
It's got to be Detroit. What do you mean?
Guys Huddle.
doesn't win. I mean, he. Welcome back to another football episode of the Guys Huddle. Here with us today is Aaron. How we doing today, man?
Good. How's everybody doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. We got a lot to talk about, a lot of fun football stuff, a lot of stuff we didn't get to cover yesterday. Vaughn, how we doing over there? I see you representing them. Go Shitbirds, go.
Are you talking about your team? Are you the Shitbirds?
No, we're not. The
Go
Shitbirds.
Birds, yeah.
We're
doing
the Ratbirds apparently.
Oh,
That's
rapper.
what we are.
You can go with the Ratbirds. I ain't the Shitbirds though.
Shane, how we doing
Both
today?
won our games. Just saying.
Doing great. Just
Doing great.
letting you guys finish.
He did he?
I'd be doing better if I didn't have two mics in my face every time it's my turn to talk.
Call him Timmy Two Mics.
Today we're going to talk about the Buffalo Bills. Outside that, I'm doing pretty good.
So without further ado, we're gonna jump into some things here. First things I want to jump into. Want to thank our sponsor again. It's the Green Olive Pub. If you haven't heard of them, please go check them out. Great organization down there, ran by some great people. Some amazing food, friendly service, they got all kinds of entertainment. They're kind of like a locally music-driven kind of pub. They always have great local musicians in down there. They got a party going on. I believe it's the 23rd, the Saturday. Make sure you go check them out there. I believe it's the Jesse Brown band, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I'll get some more information on that here soon. But make sure you go check them out. Like I said, they got the best ranch in Grant County. So, also I want to shout out to everybody that's a part of the Guys Huddle. Officially monetized by Facebook today. Appreciate everybody's support. That's been helping us through the grind. Big Timmy, you good there? We weren't sure if you were. You kept looking back and forth. Yeah,
You don't know where to go.
okay. Big Timmy, really?
Could you at least sound a little proud about it, G?
Oh, yeah.
He said, yeah, we finally just got monetized today. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out.
You sound just like him.
That's what I'm saying.
It's crazy.
Sound proud about it, jeez.
All I need out of you now is a butt mom.
But we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. A lot of great things going for the podcast. Doing a lot of great work in just a few months that we've been going here since April. So just wanted to throw it out there. We appreciate all the support. First thing we're going to talk about today, as you all seen it, we were watching the show. We didn't really talk too much about it. Now that it's finally hit, everybody had what we call the 24-hour effect. Aaron Rodgers is officially out.
That poor guy.
Torn Achilles.
I know what he's going through.
And I'm telling you, I thought you couldn't get roasted any harder than Kadarius Toney on week 1 on Thursday Night Football. But let me tell you, you brought it. You brought the heat. Big Timmy, how do you feel about the Jets situation?
They need to get old Carson Wentz.
And let's not start with that bullshit.
Yeah, no, they need him.
God.
And Carson, they trust, or at least they
No,
hope. I
not
wouldn't say
in
trust.
Carson,
In
we
Carson, they hope.
Well, listen, I'm gonna put it.
This is
He's
not
better than
this
Zach
is
Wilson. Let's not.
2017
Oh,
Carson
no.
Wentz. That's the only time we've seen that man play well.
He played decent, didn't he? I mean, we got rid of him. Obviously, he didn't play the way we wanted him to. But I mean, they have.
What about Jacksonville?
They have 2 top 10 running backs. They have 2 top 10 running backs. He didn't play in Jacksonville. What do you mean? How about Jacksonville?
He played with the Colts
Yes,
against
he did. He
Jacksonville.
played in
The
that
last
game.
person to beat the Jaguars in Jacksonville was Andrew Luck. Is like rookie year, bro.
That's not what he's talking about. He said,
Because Carson lost in Jacksonville. right?
yeah,
But that game was
he was
terrible.
talking about the game
That's what I'm talking
when
about.
they was smashed.
Yeah, because we have not had a starting quarterback beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville and they even meet close since like Andrew Luck.
Well, I mean,
It's
they were close.
2016,
When it wasn't in Jacksonville, it was in
Since-
Indianapolis.
No,
and
it
they were
wasn't.
close. No, this was
game?
It was in Indianapolis, and it was still close.
This has nothing to do with what we're
I'm just
talking
saying.
about.
Well, you're trying to say the starting quarterback hasn't beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville.
In Jacksonville, this is in Indy.
I know. I'm just saying.
Well, hold on here before you're not on the same wavelength.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What are you talking
We're
about?
talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I
I'm
know.
talking Carson
And I'm
Wentz.
talking about
Yeah.
Carson Wentz when
So
he
listen.
played. You were talking about
His
You wanna-
argument,
you
his
wanna-
argument was because how bad he played. Why would you want to go after Carson Wentz?
Yeah,
but
right.
turn the
And
mic
if you
over
see
there.
if you see what he did in Indianapolis, it was not very good.
Well,
and he chokes in pressure situations.
You're not necessarily wrong, but this is what I'll tell you. This is what the facts say. Carson Wentz has a Super Bowl. Hold on. Let me finish.
You want to count that?
Carson
Oh
Wentz
my
had a
God,
Super Bowl.
no way.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
You could
Big Dick Nick got a Super Bowl.
Did Carson
Yeah, no kidding.
Wentz lead the team during the regular season?
He did. I'll give him
All
that. 2017 Carson Wentz was phenomenal. Absolutely.
Also,
I
hold
will
on, hold on,
praise
hold on.
That man all day long.
Look
for
up
that
Carson
year.
Wentz's stats from when he played the Colts.
If I had to
They're
vote,
gonna
I
be
would.
they're good. They're not
I
bad.
mean, I put the mic right here so we both could use this one so he can use it.
Oh no, I told him I did stuff for just saying. They're definitely good. They're definitely good, not bad. I'm not a Carson Wentz fan before we get too far ahead of
That's what
ourselves
it
here.
seems like.
But he is better than Zach Wilson.
I'm not gonna do the Super Bowl thing. He rode the bench.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Well, he
But
There's no
he had
way
an
you
MVP
can
season
say,
that year if he didn't get hurt.
so listen, you keep saying he's better than Zach Wilson. Got better than Zach Wilson, but Rodgers will still be
Like
on that
this.
sideline. He can still talk to Wilson in the headset.
I'm
As
sorry.
long as he's talking to this
If-
man.
Can Aaron Rodgers
Oh my God.
physically control?
No, he can't physically control, but he
Right,
can
that
tell
ends
this
the
man
argument.
what to fucking
That ends
do.
the argument.
Also,
Zach, I
Yeah,
can
but
tell you what to do 10
that
times out of the
team-
week doesn't mean you're going to do it the way I
that's
want you to.
you. Are you Aaron
Jets
Rodgers?
team is
The
very
Jets-
good on
it's-
both sides of the ball,
Yes,
though.
yes.
and outside of Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor, I mean, who was Carson Wentz throwing the ball to?
I mean,
I'm gonna give
I
it to
was
you.
in complete shock when I seen that he went down because I didn't see the start of the game.
I'm just saying, like in Indianapolis,
Four
outside of that, who was he
plays, I
throwing
was
it to?
I feel horrible for the team.
Oh, Ali Cox.
Horrible for him. I'm not even a Jets fan.
So because I have questions to ask Channing.
I was just in shock. I never thought I'd hear people argue about Carson
So
Wentz.
I know it's crazy,
I'm-
and Carson Wentz doesn't have a job currently. But this is what I say. This is what shows us. Okay, there's free agent quarterbacks right now. Okay?
Right.
And you obviously, realistically, as much as you want to trust Zach Wilson, there's a reason Aaron Rodgers came
Well,
in.
I know exactly. I'll agree with that.
So
But he's had this time to.
hold on.
Oh,
Let me
6
finish.
months.
Let me finish. Zach Wilson being behind Aaron Rodgers. Okay, he's had what training camp where they don't do any contact practice, where they never actually fully implement their full playbook. They've had that, yeah, cool, great. But coming from an outside person that hasn't had Carson Wentz, what I can tell you is things that he can do for that locker room Zach Wilson can't. He can lead that offense to the Super Bowl. Not saying it's going to happen, but he has a more realistic shot than Zach Wilson. Go ahead and name me the other free agent quarterbacks that are just going to come in and do it.
You know who reached out to him?
Okay, Tom Brady's not even.
Not even. I wasn't saying Tom Brady. I heard rumors
I did hear
have it.
that rumor.
Rumors have it is Colin Kaepernick
Yes, I heard
reached
that
out.
also.
Right, and Colin Kaepernick
I'd pick
has
him
no
over
Super
Wentz.
Bowl.
Just saying.
No,
He hasn't
You're
even
gonna pick
played
the guy
since
that's been out.
2016.
you're gonna pick the guy. No, you're done.
There's no way. I wouldn't do that in that argument. There's no way. I've been out of football too long.
Someone
No way.
said some dumb shit earlier. Said they picked Sam Bradford over Carson Wentz, and I said I'll have to disagree with you on that one.
Carson Wentz is. I mean, granted, he is healthy.
Mhm.
He's 30 years old.
I
It's
know.
not old for a quarterback.
You went.
It's midway
I
through
get.
your
I
contract.
get your
You hate
conversation.
Carson Wentz because of the
Yes.
situation.
Yes, I do.
Y'all aren't a fan of him because he was a Colts fan. Looking at an outside point of view, if you're an executive and you have to bring in a quarterback, I'm taking Carson Wentz. There's no
Well,
one else in the free agent market.
He didn't have Jonathan Taylor either. He was out.
I mean, yeah,
I
but if you
barely
look at it,
played in any of the
They
games.
have offensive weapons. They have a defense. What else could you ask to bring in a veteran?
The only
quarterback?
only thing that
I mean,
only way they'll make it
thinking about
anywhere is 'cause
putting it that
fucking
way. I could
defense.
see it because I mean the offense is loaded. The defense is loaded.
You're not going to call RG3.
Well, no, he
Oh,
can't.
hell
You're gonna
no.
Call Colt McCoy.
No.
You're not gonna call Sam Bradford.
I mean, if you trade for somebody, you're telling Aaron Rodgers, "Hey, we give up on you because what you're going to have to give up to get somebody is going to have to
Let's
be
get
worth it."
Carson Wentz because he knows he's better.
Carson Wentz is a free agent. You don't have to give up as much. Give him. You also don't lose any compensatory picks because you're signing a free agent after the season started.
And you probably get it cheap.
Real cheap. I just don't think it's the
You know
move.
they missed out on Josh Downs. They're a day late and a dollar short on
No,
him.
I don't agree with that because Josh Downs is another young quarterback that you're not going to do that because you already have Zach Wilson. If you were going that route, keep Zach Wilson.
They need to call the Ravens. Not about your starter. in case you
Tyler
don't-
Huntley would be, but then again, what the reason I'm saying you don't trade for a quarterback, if you could back up a little to make if you trade for a backup quarterback on a team right now currently, it's young enough. You really need to consider: are you done with the Rodgers experiment?
Even if you trade for one,
he's looking like he's out 16 months. That's
Right.
how long it takes for an Achilles. So that's
I know.
this season and partial of next season.
Hey, you preaching to the choir here. I know exactly what he went through.
Do you question if they trade for a quarterback, are they done with Rodgers?
No,
Oh,
unless Rodgers wants to be done. If
He's
he
39 years old.
he has no family, he don't have no wife, he has no kids. That's
Man,
why. That's why.
oh,
I'm just
if that's
saying.
the case, then he wants to keep playing.
But exactly, yeah, he could most definitely come back and play again. There's no reason why he couldn't, unless he doesn't want to. He can. He loves the game. I've seen the interview. That's why
I think
he's
the
playing
big
for as
question
long
would
as he
be
is.
who they'd be able to get. Like if they get someone that's not close to getting them somewhere, then they might rely on Rodgers. If they get someone that overachieves and bring them to the playoffs and get them far, they're
It could
not.
be like
They
a
might not look
San
back.
Fran situation.
Yeah, I mean, so I guess it really depends
It
on
really
who they
looks
get
like
and
that.
how they perform.
Yeah,
Maybe they could go after him.
I think the Cowboys have to wait like 90 days before they can move off of him.
I mean,
but another backup. We're talking about
really,
backups now.
nobody really knows what Trey Lance has because he got hurt so quick in his career.
Right.
He's barely played.
Well, we gotta talk about backups though. Another decent backup that'd be good for that system. I feel like I'm gonna no Gardner Minshew.
I love how he always names the
I
Eagles
don't.
player.
No, it's not
I
just
don't think the Colts will let Minshew go just because the rookie they have now
yeah.
has already gotten hurt.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Real quick,
they'll let
no.
Minshew go.
real quick here. I'm gonna read some comments from we got some comments. Andre says, "What's good? Not Rodgers." He
I
says,
said
"I'm ready to
not
talk
Rod-
some shit today." He also says, "Shout out to you guys working hard. Fitzmagic needs a call."
That man,
Yes.
I picked that man over
I
Carson
wouldn't be
Wentz any
upset,
day.
but I don't think he's
It's magic.
You ain't
He
ready
may-
for the magic, is what you're saying.
Oh, I love Fitzmagic.
Anywhere
I
he
love-
went, you see.
Yeah.
Another
balling
person
out.
you could give a call, but I believe he is on the Giants currently.
Thought he was
Tyrod Taylor.
retired.
No, yeah, he came in at the end of the game for Danny Dimes.
That's another one they might not let go.
Right after he got paid, he ain't doing too hot either.
He says Wentz had one season of greatness. You're
Yes, one
right. I'm
season.
not. You're coming from an Eagle standpoint.
Say
I'm coming
about
from an
14 or
Eagles
15
standpoint.
games.
You're hating on him because he didn't succeed with the Eagles.
You're damn
I'm
right.
not
Big
hating-
Dick
I don't
Nick.
like
Once,
Carson
Big
Wentz.
Nick.
again, I am not a Carson Wentz
That's
fan,
a good call.
but with the situation he was given in Indy, he didn't do terrible. He lost to Jacksonville in Jacksonville, but like I said, we can look it up. And when's the
So was everybody
when's the
else.
last time we won there?
Well, let's pause real quick. He went to the Commanders as well, and it was like playing like Russian roulette with quarterbacks over there too, because they couldn't figure out who was not doing better and who was doing better between him and who was the other
Sam Howell?
quarterback. But no, it wasn't
That's
Sam Howell.
Tyler. How do you pronounce it?
Heineke?
Heineke. Yeah,
Taylor Heineke.
I mean
That was a case of I don't trust anything that organization
exactly.
does
Well,
anyways.
no, not the
Has nothing to do with
organization
Carson
themselves. I mean, their coach was Ron Rivera at the time. He's still there.
And he had one good season with Cam Newton where they went to the Super Bowl.
Listen, I have
I
live.
that
love
man
Ron
call?
Rivera,
Hold on.
and he has had one good
Hold on.
season.
I just
You
got
want
to
to
hit you
bring
with
in
a timeout
Cam
here.
Newton?
I love Ron Rivera. I think he's a trooper. I appreciate everything he's done for NFL. He beat cancer as well.
Yeah, shout out to
However,
him.
what I will tell you is Ron Rivera didn't know he was out of playoff contention when they lost the game. Now, granted, that
I
could
remember
have
that.
done something because of the treatments and stuff he's going through, so I'm not going to disrespect him. But what I will say is they were going through owner changes. They don't even know what they want their team name to be.
because they're
Their
not
head
allowed
coach
to
didn't know they were out of
trademark
playoff
the team name.
contention.
I heard.
And they don't.
I
If you don't have an identity
I heard
as
that.
an owner, as a team name, as a coach, you don't know who your quarterback is. What did you really expect to
like
come
him,
out of
dude.
that?
I didn't like it that
Um,
Cleveland.
I mean,
changed
I'm
their
just being realistic. Your running back got shot twice.
name. They're not offended.
2 times.
I mean,
Hey, guys.
what the best player on the whole franchise, including the owner, the team name itself, the incorporated, is Scary
I
Terry.
say Scary Terry.
So it's nuts. I wouldn't consider. I would consider that as what we call a bad work experience. But I think it's the
I'm not gonna
best.
say it. Here you go.
It's the best situation for the Jets, in my opinion. I mean, you can call Ryan Fitzmagic.
Unfortunately, I would say, I guess.
We just got to be realistic. We got to put the facts on the table. He is the best available free agent quarterback that they're not going to have to give up anything to get, and they're not going to have to sign him to a whole lot of money.
You know what though? The Jets head coach did come out and say that they are fine with Zach Wilson. By the way,
Oh, you're supposed to. That's your quarterback.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Zach, I have a question. If
You want him to come out and say,
we're gonna
fucked?
We're gonna pick up Carson Wentz.
with you being a manager, are you supposed to come out, in the meeting and said, "Yeah, all of our reps suck. We need to get rid of all of them."
I think we're asking the wrong guy that question.
I would have laughed my ass off if he did.
Oh yeah.
Because Aaron Rodgers went down. I was like, oh, we're fucked.
So
You might as well cash us in.
we could talk about Carson Wentz, the whole time. We're not going to, but realistically, here we're going to go around the table. Do you truly believe Carson Wentz is their best option? I'm going to go say yes.
And if you don't believe him, you need to tell us who the best option is.
Yeah.
I also believe. Obviously, we've been talking about this for a while.
Unfortunately, I'm arguing against him, but
Compared to what I think they can actually get currently, yeah, Wentz might be. Unless they can get Magic.
Vaughn, we know you don't.
No, I don't think Wentz is the best option. I think they need to stick with Wilson.
I mean, you gave me the best argument.
I think they should stick with Wilson. And I know it was practice, it was just preseason, but he sat behind Rodgers for a little bit.
Question.
No, listen, no, we're not gonna argue. This is just
I
my
have
pick.
one question.
Okay.
Week 5.
Okay. If they pick up somebody by then and that's who they're gonna start.
I'm asking after week 5, how long does it take for them to say, "Hey, we're done with the Wilson experiment"?
I would give it 5
That's
weeks.
on the record.
Yeah, if they're 5-0,
Y'all realize for
that's
the
going.
first 5 weeks they have the hardest schedule in the NFL.
yeah, then
right?
let's see how it goes.
They're
They were my choice for the Super Bowl, but unfortunately,
gonna be
since
1
Rodgers
and
down,
4.
They're no longer my choice.
They might be 2 and 4 because that defense might win them another game.
If I'm
The defense is
the
solid.
Jets, no matter what,
2
no
and
matter
3.
what,
can't mess
I
with that.
call Carson Wentz and sign him to the practice squad, and then I'll give you what we call a 5 prove it deal, not deal, but hey,
Yeah.
you got 5 games to shit or get off the pot.
I'd keep the Wilson, and that as an insurance plan is what I would do.
Yeah.
'Cause If
I'm not
he,
saying
if he
get rid
goes
of him.
down,
I'm not saying
if he
get rid of
goes
him.
down, then you're just
I'm
screwed.
saying sign Carson
Yeah.
Wentz, get him on the roster, let him know the playbook. Because who do you have behind that? Flacco's not on the team no more. That's the only other person I would considerably think to bring in.
Hell,
He's
that's
still
who they
got an
should've
arm.
kept on the roster
You're
and
right.
starting
They
last year.
should've.
'Cause he
He's
was
the only
lighting it
other
up last
person with
year.
a Super Bowl that's a free agent.
How old's that man though? You would know.
36, 37.
God, he's younger than Rodgers. I didn't know that. I thought he was older. He
He can
looks
still
older than
play.
Rodgers.
You might. Who's he play for now?
He's a free agent.
He's a free
Damn,
agent.
they better call him up then.
Yeah.
At least
He
he
knows
played
the
for the team.
offense.
Yeah.
They said it's a
Exactly.
new playbook
would-
because Hackett's there now, but it can't be that much different. What are you going to do? Aaron Rodgers isn't running the quarterback option. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's launching it down the field. I mean, Joe Flacco has an arm. He's
Yep.
always had an arm.
I think
That's not
I
the
think I
most
would
accurate
go.
arm, but it's an
Now, if
arm.
you would have said
Since
some smart
we
shit like
mentioned
I agree
that,
with you.
yeah.
Unfortunately, I know he's
I think I would
That's
take
the
Flacco.
second best option in my opinion.
That's the first best option, in my opinion.
Only because he doesn't play with.
No, Wilson's still my first option. My bad.
Flacco's played with a lot of
Trey
those guys.
says Willis or Levis.
They're not going to trade for a young guy unless they completely imploding on the Rodgers experience. Now, if they do, I do agree with that, but I don't think they do that. Andre says Magic is the answer
Yeah.
before
Love it.
Carson. I told my team that today, and they put up dubs.
Magic.
Well, if you bring him in, it will put too much pressure on him. You're not wrong, but he has the tools to
Man
succeed there.
folds under pressure.
Okay, he might fold under pressure,
Carson.
but this correct me if I'm wrong, and I could be. This is a better offense than the Eagles had when they won the Super Bowl that year.
I don't. You gotta make me think here real quick.
Yeah.
We
How
had
about the Jets offense?
No.
Yes, the
Better
White.
than the Eagles?
no
The
back
year they
then.
won the Super Bowl.
I don't think so.
Who was your best receiver?
You're making
Nelson Aguilar
It was not Nelson. It was not
and
Nelson.
Trey Burton was tight end.
Alshon
No, he
Jeffrey.
was a running back. What do you mean?
Alshon
Trey
Jeffrey.
Burton
No,
is
Trey Burton
not a
was tight
running
end. Yeah,
back.
my bad.
I was like,
Oh,
I did.
Not
Because
having a
he
Philly
did
special?
the whole Philly special. Yeah.
Yeah, you should know.
Their
this.
running backs are definitely better by a landslide.
I mean, yeah, but it's by they have.
We had Zach Ertz though too. There's our best receiver.
But now they got Brees Hall, which is a rookie or not.
Oh,
rookie,
Dalvin
he's
Cook.
second year. Yeah.
and you got Dalvin Cook, and then now you have Alan Lazard,
Michael
Garrett
Hardman.
Wilson.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. I mean, I just think that's it potentially has a better. It's damn near the same situation. He just has to stay healthy. They can afford the
But he
difference.
doesn't have to throw the
The
ball.
difference is
every
he
once
can
in a while.
afford to give some turnovers because the defense is going to cover his ass. We just seen it last night.
You dialing up Flacco.
So,
I'm telling you.
Plus, Carson Wentz will throw the ball up and it'll be short and
Yeah.
and they
He'll
get a pass
He'll
interference.
spin
call.
around like a ballerina and he'll throw it with his left hand. Watch the guys run for 6 points. He did that twice.
I swear. Peyton said, "You get away from them babies."
Wow.
so moving on to the next topic of discussion here. Mr. Josh Allen.
The Madden
And
curse is
I've
real.
been waiting for this because there
Madden
are people
curse is
that
real.
literally worship this man.
I know. I used to pick him in every fantasy. This is the only year I did not pick him up in any fantasy leagues.
Right now,
I'm so glad.
he has 3 turnovers. He had
Yep.
19 at the whole year last year. He led the league in turnovers. And
You know, second place to that.
like I said yesterday,
Well, no.
this guy was gunning for me all day that the Bills were going to beat the Jets' ass, this, that, and the other. And Patrick Mahomes only had 2 less turnovers when it was interceptions because, he didn't look up the stats, but had 2 less interceptions than in the whole year, but he wanted to say it was turnovers. And then all of a sudden, all of his comments were deleted on Facebook. So that's pretty interesting to me.
And just
What
soaking in
what
how
is
much I was
what do you
right.
think's going on with Josh Allen? You think it's going to be consistently be like that? You think
I just think
what's the issue?
I just think he forces it too much. He's got the Brett Favre syndrome.
I was
He's just a gunslinger. He
Yeah.
just launches. I mean, if he thinks he's got
And
a shot to fit it in there, he's just gonna fire the damn thing
But
out there. I mean,
on
that's
top of
just-
that-
that's just
Some
the
days
way
it
it
works,
is.
some days it don't.
Yeah.
on top of that, though, man runs crazy. Like, he shouldn't run the way he does. Like, he's gonna get hurt, and it's gonna be bad.
That play he fumbled, he got fucking
He did. I mean, he shouldn't
was
run
lucky
that
to
way.
Get up from that play.
He's doing too much. He's trying too hard, and the Madden curse is most definitely real. I'm so glad I did not pick up in any fantasy leagues this year. So glad I went with Jalen over him. Well, Jalen didn't do much. Yeah, I won't talk about that.
He says he didn't.
We'll talk about
Trey
that.
says he's this year's Dak Prescott from
Ooh.
last season. Too much to prove, forcing errors to be the best team. Do you think part of the reason now, and I want to give hate equally here, so just make sure we're dishing it out equally. Do you think part of the reason it's because he only has Stephon Diggs because everybody's saying that
He got no
that's the only
weapons.
guy-
He
has
threw
no
to
weapons.
Knox quite a bit, though, didn't he? I'm pretty sure he did.
I personally didn't get to watch the whole game. So.
I'm pretty sure he threw it quite a bit to Knox, but I mean, I guess I wouldn't call Knox like a high end weapon, but
So thank you, Trey, for correcting me. He had 4 turnovers.
Yeah, because he had the fumble and the
Yeah.
3 picks. Hell, that corner picked him off 3 times. He was
Yes.
1 off the record.
exactly. And I think he got paid for that game because
I was hoping he was going to get it just to witness.
I mean,
By the
Gabe
way.
Davis is in a number 1, but is he
Yeah.
just a nobody? No, Gabe Davis is no good.
Gabe Davis, I mean, he's not like. How many yards did he have?
You don't have to have 2 number 1s to have weapons.
No, I'm not saying you have to have 2 number 1s, but your number 2 needs to at least have 800 yards, I would say. At least. Because now the 1,000 yards is honestly starting to become like. I mean,
norm.
like, yeah, that's to be average in the NFL, in my opinion. Like, to be in between that 2 and number 1, you got to have, 1,000 yards.
Yep.
Would you guys disagree with that?
I agree with that.
I mean, there's so many talented wide receivers
Man,
in the NFL.
Gabe Davis had 2 receptions for 32 yards
What about last year?
last year.
836.
36. So,
Probably underneath.
He was only targeted 4 times in that whole game.
Damn. Y'all say Fields is better than fucking Jared Goff. Y'all on crack.
yeah, Trey
Right.
says
Yeah.
Gabe Davis is a number 1 every 6 games and a number 3 each every other game.
Everybody wants to judge me about my pick.
I'd take
Pretty good right there.
All
I
right.
would take Jared Goff over Justin Fields.
Yeah.
any day of
But,
the week.
Especially
anyways, I was just
fucking game.
didn't know if Gabe did. First off, they also have Dalton Kincaid. He's gonna be a beast.
Yeah, I'm excited for
That-
Christian,
that's
but
coming
I'm
quick.
just sitting here thinking they had a high draft pick. Everybody, I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody was here at the table except for Aaron.
I wasn't here. I was
the
on,
draft.
I was on the TV. I mean,
Wow.
the phone.
Stephon
We all
Diggs.
thought they were taking a wide receiver. I thought, at least that's where I thought they were going with.
And they didn't.
Yeah. Well, what was your thoughts on that, Shannon? You think they should have took a wide receiver Or
I definitely think they should have. I just want to kind of like add on to what Trey said with sorry, I lost my train of thought. Trey said the Bills being in desperate mode. There was a lot of like rift between him and Diggs in the offseason from what I heard. Like a lot of drama.
I've seen a lot of people trying to brush it under the rug, and then I see a lot of people like, no,
And-
it's real. But then he comes out and says it just confuses me because, like, obviously the media is not everything, right? But
right.
they came up. Josh Allen apparently him made up, and that's what Diggs said on live television. But then there was more reports that he wanted out of Buffalo.
Mhm.
I mean, think about it. As a wide receiver, he did score a touchdown yesterday, correct? Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But your quarterback had 4 turnovers. Imagine that could be
4.
4 touchdowns.
Yep.
Not saying he's going to get every touchdown, right? But you're the main guy, so I'll go ahead and give you 2. Maybe we'll just say, on a great day, it's 3. Obviously, you're going to think, hey, if this guy has 3 touchdowns, that he better be double or triple covered. But like realistically, you could have had 5 opportunities to score a touchdown there, but your quarterback decided to throw 4 of them away.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think he leads? Like, obviously, we know he leads the league right now, but do you think he finishes the season with
Yes.
the most turnovers?
I do.
Do you think Dak will?
It's hard to disagree.
Dak will be right behind him.
Yeah.
All right, listen. Coming from other non-Eagles fans,
Dak will be right behind him.
do you think Dak Prescott will be number 2?
Wasn't Dak pretty accurate if you take away last year?
I'm not. I honestly haven't got to look at Dak's numbers.
That's a Trey question, but Trey, I'm pretty sure Trey's going to tell you
Trey,
yes.
we need our Adam Scheffner report for the stats. If you would go ahead and drop it in the comments for us, we appreciate it.
I see Andre said everyone's about golf. It's not that everyone's about golf. It's just we were never about Fields. Just pointing that out.
This guy right here is about Fields. And
You watching these highlights right
I'm
now?
watching the highlights. Yes,
Man.
but
They could use Carson Wentz right now.
I won't go that far, but
I will say, like
That's
everybody else was saying, it's only week 1. So
Yeah.
That's my
I'll leave it there.
overreaction.
I'll leave it there. It's only week 1.
We're
So,
2 days away from week 2.
yes, we are. And let me tell you, boy, I cannot be more excited. It's going to be more Thursday Night Football. For those of you who don't know, we will have a show on Thursday night. It's going to be like in between. What I mean by that is we're going to have like interchanging cast members. What I mean by that is we're doing a live show at 8:00. And then it's going to interchange depending on how we look on the schedule and who all we have for the day or the night or for the show. It's going to be a live reaction show, kind of like what we did yesterday, just not with as many people at one time.
Yep.
So make sure you tune into that as well.
That
Sorry, that was a
looks-
side note.
And go Birds because they play the Vikings.
Oh, it did, but
guys
it was so lit.
I need us to do yes.
I had so much fun with it. Now, granted, next time we do it, if we do something like that, we'll have another camera too, so we don't have to have 16 people on 2 cameras.
There's
but
2 Vaughns on the camera. We don't want that again.
right now, we technically have a Channing and an arm and a half currently, but I'll deal with that.
looks normal on my screen.
Fields week 30 will still look the same.
Ah,
That's what it said. Yeah. So next
If he ain't
topic.
got it this year, they need to cut ties.
Next topic is Thursday night football. Kind of what we were already talking about. Channing said, "Lean with me, rock with me." You know what I'm saying? What do we? Thursday night football preview.
Trey
Vikings
is actually
versus the
usually
Eagles.
above 65%.
Above 65%. Usually
I-
below 10 makes. Okay.
I don't know if I would put my money on Dak being a second.
I don't know who was it. Kirk then it was right behind him. Someone I would just have the.
well, while you're looking that up, Thursday night preview, it's going to be the Eagles versus the Vikings.
Well, I appreciate that preview.
Yep.
I think we all knew who was
Very,
playing.
Usually at or
I'm
below
always excited to watch my boys play, but hopefully we've learned from this past game that what we should and shouldn't do.
It was Davis Mills, sorry. And then it was Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins. Sorry, I just want to throw that out there. Wait, like that. Go ahead. Well,
I was just saying, I just want to hopefully we learn from what we should and shouldn't do.
I'll look at it this way. The Vikings got beat by the Buccaneers, right?
Yes, they did.
It's
By
week
Baker
1.
Mayfield.
It's week 1. Eagles, I really hope they don't play down to the competition every week because y'all, no offense, y'all should have beat the fucking
We should have beat the
Patriots.
brakes off them, but we didn't.
I am
We
tired of
did
hearing the
not know.
slander.
Hey, Mac Jones
me
did a
hating
hell of a
Mac
job.
Jones.
I know. He did a hell of a
Y'all
job.
made him look like Superman.
I know.
He only
And
had
y'all
one
supposed to be
good
one of the
year,
best
and next
defenses.
year he came back down to earth.
So
Maybe he wanted to be nice because they were playing the same team at one time. Maybe
Are we
that's
talking
why
about Mac
Jalen-
Jones again?
Yeah,
Because
it's going that way.
His one good year was his rookie year,
yeah,
and then y'all kill me with this bullshit. Every time.
I gave Mac.
He has
crazy.
a
Why you looking at me?
defensive coordinator as his offensive play caller. You're gonna do bad. He shouldn't be any kind of coordinator, but that's where Bill Belichick had him.
he was a horrible head coach.
Channing knows all about
He's not
that.
being good at
That's why I
nothing.
said it. I was like, he did horrible with the
He's
line.
not been good at nothing. Hasn't been good at nothing
So,
since he was
correct me
with.
if I'm wrong.
I think
Are
it was
the
with
are the
Alabama before, wasn't
Patriots supposed to be a better ran organization than the Cleveland Browns?
Are they supposed to be better than the? I could see them being better than Cleveland
Yeah.
No,
Browns.
I'm asking. Are they supposed to be a
They're
better?
supposed- hell yeah, they're
organization?
supposed to be. Look, they
All right.
look how many Super Bowls they have.
So with the organization over there in Cleveland, what Baker was able to do in the games
He
was
won.
able to
He
win.
got to a playoff game one time.
Name me the last 20 Browns quarterbacks.
Mac Jones was in the playoffs this rookie year, bro.
Yeah, and what he do?
And what did Baker do?
Huh?
What did Baker do?
Baker took him to the playoffs.
And so did Mac Jones. What did he do when he got there? The same thing Mac Jones did. Lost.
Right.
Hell,
Literally, there's no
If-
difference.
If you had to
How are
pick
you
a
gonna
quarterback
do
to win the
that?
game, you're picking Mac Jones over Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
As of right now, yes,
1,000
absolutely.
times, yes.
we're talking about two horrible quarterbacks.
I don't listen. Y'all,
If the
y'all are putting the
Buccaneers played the
dumpster on
Eagles,
Baker Mayfield,
he would have threw like 3 picks.
and I am not.
Bro, if Cleveland fires you, you're bad.
My
They're both bad, but
my beautiful wife.
if
says
I had to choose,
not not the rookie of the year. I don't know what she's referring to, but
if I had to choose, I guess I'd think I would do the Mac also.
Yeah, everybody
Just
needs
because
Mac.
Baker should have never been the
All right,
number
Jay, I
one.
want to hear your
draft
topic
pick.
on that.
Baker Mayfield.
They reached like hell for him.
The only
and it
reason
backfired.
the only reason Baker Mayfield is out of Cleveland is Odell Beckham Jr. Baker
I don't know
Mayfield was
about
the
that.
first
He
quarterback that took
sucked
them to
pretty
the
bad.
playoffs.
He
Baker
didn't put
Mayfield
up
wins
great
games.
numbers.
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield can make the adjustments. And now you give him offensive weapons over there that he's supposed to shit the bed over there in that division. But you give him Mike Evans and Godwin over there, and the defense is not terrible. It's not great, but it's enough to win that division over there if they really put the effort into it.
You think they're gonna win the division?
Who's supposed to blow them out the water? That division is supposed to be the worst division in the NFL.
The
I have the Panthers winning that
the
division.
Saints are winning that
The
division.
The
Panthers
Saints are
on
not winning that
track.
division.
Yeah.
Saints are
With
not
a
winning it.
with a
And
rookie
it's either going to be them or the Falcons. The other two are not even a question.
No, I don't. Think so.
Okay, you think what you want.
Okay, so who are the Saints throwing the ball to? They got Chris Olave and then Mike
Michael
Thomas.
Thomas, yeah.
That has played one game.
He played one. It's week one.
Yeah, exactly.
Go back to your point. It's
Exactly.
week one.
Has played one game, but we got all the
But
confidence.
he didn't
in
play
the
for
world
2
in him.
years, correct?
Almost 3,
Oh,
actually.
exactly.
He's very fresh.
I would hope so. Jim. I would hope so. Oh my God.
Saints are winning that
for
division.
1 week.
Did you not see his stats week one?
You better hope,
Huh?
better hope you laugh.
Did you not see Chris Olave's stats week one?
No, I didn't. I didn't get a
Yeah,
chance
he had
to.
120 receiving yards.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, they won.
Channing, you did some research on the Raiders for a little bit, didn't you?
Mhm.
Okay. And who was their quarterback during that time?
Carr.
Okay. And he is now the quarterback of who?
Not the Raiders.
Right. And who is the quarterback of Big Timmy?
Saints.
Uh-huh.
I'm not Big Timmy, but
Shall we pull up Derek Carr's turnovers? Shall we see how many times he gives it to the
Oh,
defense?
the year that he led them to the playoffs, he got hurt and didn't even play in the
he
game.
can play in the playoff
Yeah.
game.
I'm just saying, I'm not putting all my eggs in one basket on there. I think they're all equally in that division. I think anybody that come out there, but with given Baker Mayfield and the weapons he has in the defense, I
Carr did have
it's
Whatever
anybody's
he's
division.
smoking, I really need some. Please.
I just have to get to the definition of insanity. I mean, how many teams have tried Baker now, and
2.
the Rams
what do they do?
and
The Browns.
Cleveland.
The Rams
This
was
is
a
third.
Band-Aid fix for Matthew Stafford.
Well, yeah, but look, that's
Look
the
how-
reason the Lions didn't make it to the playoffs.
This is technically his 3rd team. He's played.
Personal problem.
He beat
Man.
the correct me if I'm wrong, offensive player of the year over there with Kirk Cousins thrown to him, and they had Jordan Addison too. That had a hell of a game. The Vikings made it to the playoffs last year.
Vikings shouldn't have made it to the playoffs. They were a fluke last year. I'm just saying.
I mean, Vikings put up offensive points.
Can we pick whether we're gonna talk about last year, whether or not? I know yesterday there was a lot of talk about don't talk about last year, and then there's talk about which route are we going?
Hey, listen,
We need to pick a route here.
I don't think I said let's not talk about last year, but they probably was that side of the table at that point in time yesterday. But I'm just going up. I think Baker Mayfield gives them a better chance. I mean, you got Derek Carr. Yes, Derek Carr.
I'll give you the chance word. We'll use the chance word, but I still say the Saints are winning that division. He wants a mic. You need to give this man a mic.
He passed it to me.
Way to stretch out here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Has Baker Mayfield ever been in a Pro Bowl?
I don't know. That's not a stat I know.
No, I don't think he has.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know. I don't really.
Derek Carr has.
I don't really buy the Pro Bowl. They're all.
got invited.
I mean,
More of a fan.
yeah, that's a fan voted. It's trash.
Hey, he's still
The Pro
there.
Bowl is trash.
Okay.
Still mad there.
I got it. You ready for this one?
I don't watch
You
that.
know who else has made a Pro Bowl?
Oh God, I know what he's getting.
Who?
You gonna name your backup quarterback?
Hell yeah, I'm gonna name him.
80% of the time over Baker. He gets the Browns to the playoffs that year easily.
Okay. Anyways,
Let's go back Thursday
Night
preview.
Football.
I mean,
Yes.
no, hold on.
Oh, hold on.
Y'all just got bashed on like he's nothing. First off, go ahead. Keep running your mouth like you was earlier about Baker being better than Derek Carr.
I never once said Baker was better than Derek Carr.
He's gonna win division.
words out
What
of
else?
what?
What else are you supposed to say?
Is
saying that?
How many teams? How many positions are there on offense? Do we really have to think about this?
11.
There's 11 on
11.
both sides of the ball.
Okay.
I know. I just
Like, damn, I didn't hear no one say anything. And how many?
You didn't ask me the
How many
question.
man rosters are there?
53.
Okay,
54.
so correct me if I'm wrong.
Added quarterback.
Yeah,
The quarterback has to be better than the person's opposing team's quarterback. That means they're going to win the whole entire game.
Doesn't mean that,
90%
no.
of the time, unless you're the New York Jets.
Or the
Who
49ers.
do the Saints have on defense?
Don't you go there. You really want me to start naming them?
No. Go ahead. I know.
The Giants.
They
They
got
have-
like two
they won
good
this
people.
They have the Honey Badger.
Pretty much. They destroyed Tom Brady.
Okay.
I just gotta look it
They
up.
got Cameron Jordan.
Yeah, Cameron Jordan. They're old, but
and they
they're
got
good.
Lattimore.
First off, the Honey Badger and Lattimore is solid.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay. Honey Badger is getting up
Don't
there.
you fucking.
He's getting up to a Pat Pete. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they were in the same draft class. Like I could be wrong there. But moving on to Thursday Night Football because we haven't got to talk about
Okay.
that.
Yes.
The
give them-
Eagles. What do you
Birds.
expect
Oof.
realistically?
Realistically, as long as we do not play down to the competition, we're gonna see what we're supposed to see from them. That's what we should have seen it last week,
They're
but we
supposed
didn't.
to have technically a high-powered offense. They
Yes.
got the rookie Jordan
and
Addison,
we
and they got Justin Jefferson.
he was trying. He Hurts threw it to fucking Brown and Smith. I mean, the most of the game, he did not target. He targeted Goddard once, and it was double covered when he threw it to Goddard. He needs to throw it to Goddard more often. Goddard was open more times during that game than he should have been, and he didn't fucking throw it to him. Fucking throwing it down the field. Like I get you want the touchdown, but throw it to Goddard. That's what we need to
Your
do.
team didn't play very well, but he was playing the New England Patriots, and they all, whether they suck on offense or not, their defense always comes to play, and they make everybody's quarterback look bad. So
But question: if their defense always comes to play, what's that say about the Eagles' defense that couldn't stop
I know
the at best
we were supposed to like the number ranked.
condensation drip from the window for offense? That's about as much as air they get. Mac Jones with Juju. I don't know. Is he?
TikTok famous and Zeke.
Uh,
They did well, and I'm not gonna take it away from them. Patriots played a hell of a game.
So, what's good, buddy? Oh well, we're talking about.
We'll get back to my topic.
That's fine. Hey Timmy, what's your thoughts on the Thursday night football matchup?
That's the easiest question you ask me all day. The Eagles going to win.
Yeah, we're gonna win, but
It's at nighttime, right? Thursday nights.
It is prime.
prime time game.
This Kirk
Prime
Cousins.
time. Kirk Cousins.
Question.
Until Kirk 2 Chains proves me wrong, and then put them chains back on after the game, and when he does, he ain't winning no prime time game. They're gonna lose all 6 of them.
What happens if question? What is it? Does it say more for the Vikings if they win, or does it say more for the Eagles if they lose.
You'll see me throw something at that
if
fucking
the
TV.
Eagles lose, it's more of a disappointing loss than it is an impressive win for the
Would that be how many? What's Kirk Cousins' record in
0-57.
157.
No idea, but he hasn't won one.
He said 0-57.
When's the last time you won a primetime game?
I'm asking when.
I don't know.
I'll look it up. By the way,
while
the
you're
Saints
doing
have
that,
good defense. too.
Channing, what's your thoughts on the?
Needs the mic.
Big Tim, you're doing great at passing the mic. It's kind of like the pass the plate on Disney Channel, where they.
I'm definitely going with the Eagles winning. At least I really, really hope they win. For obvious
What
reasons,
do you
but
say? Does it mean more to the Vikings or does it mean more to the Eagles if they lose?
So, in my opinion, it would mean a lot for the Vikings if they won it, just because of Kirk's reputation. They just got done, arguably, with an embarrassing loss the first week one.
Yeah.
If they start off 0-2, I think that says a lot about them in a bad way versus the Eagles that have a very, very new core when it comes to defense that might take a few games to figure out.
Yeah, they had 5 defensive replacements.
Right.
Yeah.
So it could take a few games for that to click. So I wouldn't say either way it would be a major if and or but. But like with the Vikings, if they lose, it's
The Eagles
good luck getting out of
statistically,
0-2.
It should come down to just the defenses. The Eagles and the Vikings both have high-powered offenses, so it should be realistically, depending on how the Eagles defense does, it should be a high-scoring game. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got Justin Jefferson, offensive
It
rookie of
should
the
be,
year.
yeah.
Jordan Addison had a great game last year.
On paper, it should be
It
very
should
good.
be, yeah. So,
You mean last week?
I think that's what he
Last-
meant.
You said last year.
oh yeah, last week.
Oh.
Well, right here. It's what? Oh, that's a margin. He's 12-20, so he could look to.
Is this a home or away game?
I think we're in Philly.
If you're in Philly,
It'll be
he
home.
is. So he is 8-8 at home in primetime games. So 8 of those 12 wins are at home. So
For Kirk or
for Kirk
I'm pretty sure it's
in Philly.
Philadelphia.
So that means he is 4-12 on the road.
Oh shit!
They don't look very good.
Yeah.
Double check me.
4-12
that
on the road.
He might look like the Cowboys on Monday Night Football.
Man.
Sunday night, sorry.
Thursday
It's
night.
in Philly.
Yeah, it's
I'm saying you might look like the Cowboys did on Sunday.
oh yeah, you know, as we get 7 sacks, I'll be very happy
Standing pretty.
because you know we led the league last year in sacks, and we didn't get. I think we had 1 sack that whole fucking game.
Yeah.
And fucking Cowboys had 7. No, you know how much
You
that hurts
lost-
my soul to
You
say.
lost Hargrave.
I know we did. You don't got to tell me. I know.
Aaron,
Thank you for CJ.
well, does it mean more for the Vikings or does it mean more if the Eagles lose?
Let's see. I think it would mean more for the Vikings
Yeah.
after getting beat by Tampa Bay in the first week. I mean, they really need to get this win. They don't want to be 0-2.
The Vikings have shown that they can go down by a lot and still win the game.
That's
Courtesy of the Indianapolis
that.
Colts.
Yeah. They was
last year.
tanking. There's no way you lose a 33-0 lead. That was called tanking. They was like they hit the oh shit button because they didn't want to be out of the top 5 in the draft.
I see you pulling up the articles there, Big Tim. We'll get to you in a second with that.
I think in my honest opinion, with me being a fan, I think it's gonna hurt the Eagles more if we lose to the Vikings because they're the team we had last year. I mean, it's obviously not the same team this year. We just need to see
Right.
what we can. I guess we need to get our
You
shit
guys gonna be
together.
on the Super Bowl high, or are you guys gonna be,
Well, we didn't win the Super Bowl, so there's a reason we should be on the high. We just
You
we
should
want to
be
get
on the
back.
high that you made it.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
Jason Kelsey only came back because he wanted to go back again. We wanted to help Hurts get there.
the losing team, a lot of them have done horrible the next year after
Yeah.
losing the Super Bowl. I
The
mean, it's like a curse. You lose the Super Bowl. I mean, they've teams have
Tampa.
fell on hard times after they lost Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So
With that being next, for this topic, it's gonna be week 2 preview. We're gonna pull up the schedules here. If everybody wants to pull those up, just so we're all looking at them.
When was the last time Baker played full time?
I don't have that stat.
Was it
Especially
2020?
whenever he was with Cleveland.
You know it's going to be a good game.
I got
Next
the games
week?
up if you want me to go through.
I just got them pulled up as well.
Why you guys are all talk by pulling them up and everything? I think what's going to be a fun game to watch is going to be Kansas City versus Jacksonville.
I mean,
See
I
that-
feel
see
bad
that
for
replay.
Jacksonville. In my
And you feel bad.
hot take, yes.
Why?
Patrick Mahomes is gonna kill him.
I think Jacksonville's
Is,
come back from revenge. They lost in the playoffs to them.
Is Travis Kelsey
I don't know.
out or is he coming
he
He
back?
should be
He's
back.
I'm pretty sure he's
It
back.
was
If
a
he
game time
comes-
decision. Like he
I-
should be back. And
I
I'm saying I
heard.
feel like he's
If,
they're gonna.
I feel like they
I hope the report changes, but they said they were optimistic that
Oh, yeah.
he'll be able to play.
I
week
feel
two.
like if he comes back, I mean,
feel
I
that
just
being
feel
a
like
game
they're going to
time
go
decision,
off.
He should be okay.
If it was anything like last week, Kelsey better just strap it up and make it work, even if it's just for
Yeah.
a coverage
But
standpoint.
that's what I'm saying. Like I personally think Mahomes is about to go nuts. And
Yeah, he's
I
gonna
think
have to.
it's-
I just feel like
I think.
off.
Yeah, I personally think they're about to destroy Jacksonville.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
they're out to prove something after that.
Yeah.
So teams that matches we're going to look forward to. We're going to just kind of go over a little bit of everything here. One I'm going to talk about. I mean, it's going to be a fun matchup. If Joe Burrow's technically healthy, like I said before, if you're not healthy, you shouldn't be out on the field. I don't feel like.
He's on the field. He's playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What do you
saying.
have?
I don't.
Like 80 yards
He
passing.
had 82 yards
He's
passing.
82.
That was bad. That's the
Completing less
worst
than
I've ever
45% of his throws.
Seen him. Yeah, that was bad.
I hope he's healthy for the matchup. Say I don't want to verse an unhealthy Joe Burrow and then everybody talk shit because we beat them.
Hell, even if you beat them, they're going to talk shit.
Oh yeah, everybody's still gonna run their mouth about something.
Yeah.
But I would rather be healthy and healthy. I don't remember the last time we had a healthy Joe Burrow versus a healthy Lamar.
I hope it's a high scoring game.
I would love to see
if he, if he
was
wasn't
if it's
healthy
a
and could
shootout,
barely
like
play for that game, he's
This is-
probably
this
not going
is
to be
week 2.
any better.
Yeah.
I hope you guys win. So when the Colts beat you in week 3, I can talk a lot of shit.
yeah. As you said, by that math, we're better than the Bengals. But the same math that we beat the Chiefs last year and lost to Jacksonville again.
I actually think the one and get the battle.
Losing to Jacksonville was not that bad of a
It's
deal.
not
last
now.
year.
Yeah.
It,
What last year?
It
hasn't,
was
you know,
a few years ago
yeah.
when they was the worst team every year, and we was good, and we was still losing to
Don't you take that from Detroit?
Um,
them.
do you guys expect that to be a high scoring game? What do you expect to happen in that game? What do you guys
With Ravens
expect?
and Bengals, yeah, I expect
I don't
as long
think
as
Bengals get it together week 2.
Don't
It usually takes them a few weeks. I'm just
I
going
agree
off
with
of
that. It is another division game. That's the
Yeah,
two.
I'm just going
I'd
off
hate
of
to
previous-
do
I don't
division
know.
games
I
back to
think it'll
back.
be a low scoring game.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game as long as Joe's playing to his potential.
Okay.
Cincinnati's
Usually
defense
takes
could have
them a
played
few
a hell of a lot better than what they did in week 1. 'cause they're
Cincinnati's
not a bad
offensive
defense.
line needs to. Everybody was praising, and I sat here on the podcast and told everybody I still don't think it's that good. They need to help what we call help a brother out, and your brother's the quarterback currently, and if he's on his ass more times than he's standing, that's an issue in my opinion. More importantly, I think as an offensive lineman, it was always the code of contact. Your quarterback should not technically need to wash his pants after the game. If his pants are a different color than your team jerseys, there's an issue.
What if he's running though?
That's a different story. Joe Burrow shouldn't be running. We've seen what happens when he runs.
Yeah,
That's
we
how
know.
he gets hurt. And we're not going to throw that narrative out there. But the next game I'm looking forward to seeing.
Jets and the Cowboys, especially with everything going on.
I'm not looking forward to that game anymore.
I
I think the Cowboys are going to start 2-0 in very impressive fashion.
I will say we had a lot of great games week 1, but if you look at the matchups this week, they're not as exciting to look at on paper. I mean, you got the next best matchup, in my opinion.
Is the battle of the losers, the Colts and the Texans.
No,
Number
no,
2 versus number
no.
4 in the draft.
Honestly, man, is a lot of teams football. Like if you would have asked me before, if you would have asked me before week
Oh,
1,
man.
before week 1, I would have been excited as hell to see that Seattle and Lions game.
Lions are gonna smack them.
They're missing 2 offensive linemen too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what. And Geno Smith just came out playing like dog shit.
Yeah,
It is week 1. I will say that, but like I'm not
Right.
excited anymore to watch that game.
But when you look at what Hutchinson did week 1 compared to
hope it was
those
just
2 linemen missing,
Oh, bro.
that can be
It's gonna be
He's
like
never played where
it's gonna be Golden Corral. Everybody, it's an all you can eat. Just come on right through. You know what I'm saying? Like get your own plate.
But I do agree with you that the game looked a lot more interesting before it did week 1.
And the Vikings and Eagles game. Honestly, it's a Thursday night football. I hope it's a great game.
Yeah.
But before week 1, I would have been excited as hell to watch that game. I just I don't understand. Like you lost to the Buccaneers. they're supposed to be the worst division of football. Yes, but I'm saying we've all agreed that is supposed to be the worst division of football this year, correct?
Tampa's going to be
Mr. Baker and Baker. We
2-0
trust.
after
Now it's
this
a bad
week.
thing to lose to the Bucks.
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't
I'm just
take much
saying, you're
to win
fucking
that
confusing me.
division if it's
pause
trash.
on this though. I've been telling y'all all since last year. Vikings were a fluke last year. They're hopefully going to still be a fluke this year. Obviously, not even a fluke. They're just going to suck.
Another
It's called
game.
floozy.
Another
losing.
game I would be excited to see
It's the Lions division.
before week
I
one. The
feel
Jets and the
I feel
Cowboys. Aaron
really
Rodgers
positive
is
about
down.
that.
I'm not excited to see that game anymore. They haven't said they signed.
What was the
anybody
last
yet.
game we were talking about? Because you skipped right over me.
The Bengals and the Ravens.
Then you went to Lions, Seahawks.
Lions and Seahawks.
I feel like I'm missing something somewhere.
No, we didn't.
Mm-mm.
Never mind.
And
The
then
Lions are going to win that one, though. in case you're wondering.
technically, if New York didn't, no, that's not one I was actually excited to. It's a division game, so honestly, this is crazy to say. The second best game I'm looking forward to, and after everything that's already happened, is the Dolphins and the Patriots game. It's a division game.
I don't know why it's going to be a 40-piece blowout.
I know, but it's a
Man.
division game. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Dude,
pretty
that's
sure
gonna
the
light
Patriots
that
beat
ass
them.
up.
The Patriots beat them last year, right? One time,
Be who?
the Dolphins.
They beat the shit out of Tua.
And then you got the Browns and the Steelers.
I think the Steelers are coming back for redemption after that ass
Yeah.
whipping
I would
they
hope
took by
so,
the
but, like,
49ers. I
If
never
we're
would have
going
thought
off of
that.
logic here. The
Pittsburgh
Browns
is
beat the shit out of the Bengals, and
Going by logic, it could be another
fucking
spanking
yeah,
Yeah.
like
based off week one. So it kind of goes back to we really need to try not to overreact because we don't
Right.
know.
Right.
and
I
if you
just-
want to call this week 2 overreaction takes for the schedule, I'll put it on the title. But I'm just going off of what we know after week 1.
If we
Obviously,
talking about
there's
just week one takes, it might be
We're
a.
doing overreact. There's going to be a
So-
lot of blowouts. This week.
So do you think the 49ers are going to smash the Rams then?
If you would have asked me week 1,
Yeah, you would. I said absolutely.
before
fucking blowing them out the fucking
But
water.
No
I don't
shit.
think now.
Now
it's a
I
di-
think that's a game.
Yeah, it's going to be a
played a
game.
hell of a lot better than I would have expected.
I mean, if you would have asked me if San Fran played Seattle week 2, or
I
if
would-
you would ask me before the season,
I think that's a really good game.
fucking
Yeah.
It's going to be back to when it used to be the good old days. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They used to play each other in playoffs. Like,
I
Yeah.
loved watching those games.
oh, bro, it was like
Oh,
it'd be cold out. You see the Legion of Boom versus Colin Kaepernick. Like,
those were good games.
yeah,
Speaking of that, that's the only other person they should call besides Carson Wentz. Jets need to get Colin Kaepernick out there.
I already said that earlier, but y'all looked at me like I was crazy. I did because Aaron's
Yeah,
like,
you definitely
nah.
said that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we talk about there's no way I'm calling somebody. It's been out of football for what, almost
The
5-6 years.
Raiders and the Raiders and Bills. Honestly,
no.
that's going to be a snooze fest.
Yeah.
Marcus Peters. I'm pretty sure I could be wrong on the actual statistic here, but it's very similar. Since I believe it's 2017, had the most interceptions since then. Not saying he's had the most every year, but he's had the most since then. And he's going to be playing Mr. Turnover King at Mr. 4, Josh Allen. Yeah. So I think that'll be a snooze fest, in my opinion.
Do you think all the Kings will be out by then for the Bills? You don't think the Bills are going to blow them out?
Two?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
Not after what we just seen there.
Do you think the Raiders are going to
No
win that
Aaron
game?
Rodgers.
Wait, what?
The Jets beat
I-
them with no Aaron
I
Rodgers.
know.
And you're going to give Devontae Adams, Jimmy G throwing him the ball. I'll take Devontae, even if it's
I know.
Devontae and the guy we signed off the street yesterday. Channing, do you have any other games, man? Am I just missing it? Or it just looks like after what we seen week 1, this looks like a shit ass week 2, honestly. Like we got the Colts versus
Ooh,
the
you know what's going to
Texans.
be a good game? Falcons and Green Bay. That's
It
probably
might
going to
not
be that
a bad
might
game.
be
That
the
might be
game
the
of the
third
week.
best game.
Honestly, realistically, on paper, I think Chiefs Jaguars is like the most interesting. But like I said,
No,
Sunday at 1. But with, like I said, Patrick's mad. Patrick Mahomes is mad. I think it's
Yeah.
on paper that should be the best game,
yeah.
but
You never know.
that's my overtake. Is Patrick is Mahomes is going to demolish. And that's my big take of the week.
Don't let them come out limping.
Fuck you.
Say the snooze of the
If-
week is
if
the
we-
Giants and the Cardinals.
Oh man.
If that's on your
Calling it
TV,
now, that's our first
they're
tie
doing
of the year.
No, Cardinals gonna win that game.
Daniel Jones might come out and
Can
be
we
flinching and falling on the ground thinking he's playing the Cowboys defense.
can we file a petition to move any primetime Giants games, flex them out of?
Not kidding.
Because I think if
Probably.
you score 0 points in primetime,
I mean,
that has to
you just got
You get eliminated.
you just got paid large and you play like that.
That's crazy. It is crazy that happened like that.
Didn't every big contract quarterback play bad week one?
no,
No.
Because look, he's gonna tell you.
no.
Lamar didn't.
Statistically, without
I know you're right though.
Yeah,
You're
he-
right.
he led his team down the red zone and they scored, I believe, every time but twice. And he only didn't complete 5 passes, had a 75% completion rate. So, I mean,
But on
he still
top of
won.
that- well, let's-
Joe Burrow lost.
wait.
Herbert lost. Who else got paid? Jalen Hurts won.
What do you
That's
want?
the only other one. Who else
I
got
play
paid?
like boo.
If you want to count, Aaron Rodgers got paid, but he won. If you want to count that,
He took a pay cut.
uh,
Didn't he take a pay cut?
He did.
still got paid.
Yeah, he
He
took a
got
pay
paid,
cut.
but he still took a pay
And then he
pay cut.
too soon.
Who's other people that got paid that lost?
Not even the loss that didn't.
Joe Burrow got paid.
I mean, no, that was horrible.
Let's see who else got
But
paid.
listen,
Oh,
only difference.
Daniel Jones got his ass whipped and
I
got
was gonna
paid.
say he got
Only difference between everything that you're saying right now is all those other quarterbacks besides Lamar
Yeah.
played all of last year. Lamar didn't. Lamar had all this time to recover and get better.
You said who all played last year?
Everybody you just said.
Justin Herbert played every game last year.
He played in the playoffs, didn't he?
He didn't play every game though.
But he
That's not
played.
what you just
He
said.
played. Look, Lamar was out.
That was pretty much a season.
Lamar was out from what, week 12?
Week 12 on. So that's 6
exactly.
games.
So every other quarterback you just named played.
Joe Burrow didn't miss.
All of
one
them were
game
in the
last year.
playoffs, weren't they?
Not one game.
Were all the other teams, all the other quarterbacks, they got paid in the playoffs?
Justin Herbert lost to the
But he was in the
Jaguars.
playoffs, right? Correct. He still played in the playoffs. All these other quarterbacks played in the up to the playoffs.
Did
Herbert-
Justin Herbert win?
No, he lost.
No. Okay. Has Justin Herbert won a playoff?
I'm
game?
not just talking about Herbert. I'm just talking in general.
I'm
I'm just saying all
no, he
these.
didn't play in the playoffs. We still made it to the playoffs.
But he could have played.
He was hurt.
Oh, okay. We'll go off. He was
Hurt, innocent until proven guilty.
hurt. We'll go off. He was hurt.
Okay. Anyways, still talking about week 2 here.
He's pulling a JT.
I'm just here so I don't get
he wasn't
fined.
playing until he wanted
So he
to.
got paid.
We'll talk about that in a second. But there's the other rumor we were talking about yesterday that
Oh, yeah.
Baltimore made the phone call.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to give up whatever the Colts are asking for him, honestly, though.
I mean, hell, they won a Tyreek Hill from the Dolphins. What you mean?
I can't imagine what he
They
wants
went a
from us.
Waddle from the Dolphins.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
Hill.
that was
Waddle.
Waddle, but
It
they're
was
still
Waddle.
hanging up on that.
Here's my theory on that. Why don't you want to give somebody up, but you're getting the best running back in the game?
I'm saying I don't want to give up like
I wouldn't give up.
This is the first year someone's actually called our team and asked for wide receiver help.
No,
Can
but
you imagine
but
how
I'm
that
just
makes us
saying,
feel?
Jonathan Taylor's considered one of the top backs in the league, but you don't want to give up one of your good
I'll give
players.
a pick.
What year's Jonathan Taylor in?
A player for a player, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You're not giving away any draft capital. Player for a player would be a good trade.
They want a wide receiver.
Didn't he have
Yeah.
a good
There's not a
rookie
wide
year?
receiver on the roster that I'd be willing to give up unless it's Rashad Bateman.
Well,
Yeah,
You're
there's
not going to give up
they-
Zay
they-
Flowers.
right?
what's his
Then he
name?
had a hurt-
Christian
yeah.
Watson
Yeah.
from the Green Bay Packers. They tried to get him.
Yeah.
'Cause the
I'm
Packers
just trying to get my
was
memory.
trying to get him,
But the
but
two-
they turned that down.
The two
Also,
wide receivers they would not trade is Odell and Zay Flowers. What other wide receiver are you going to ask for?
there is none for the Ravens.
Exactly. We just signed this. We're not going to trade
But
those.
I'm just saying But
Oh, buddy, let me tell you, if there could have been an even more stupid trade request for him to ask for, I personally would unplug and cut the cord for the phone call.
what do you say? I didn't hear.
Mark Andrews.
It was Mark Andrews. Ryan would have.
There's not a chance. You would have to pay us to take JT for us to give you Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
Real quick, well, not real quick here. Is there any other games that you guys think they're just going to be
I closed it.
who could have a potential?
Probably
Man, I'm just
done.
looking and like honestly, these are for way now. It seemed like a lot of, and I said this yesterday, a lot of offenses played below par this week. And that is a big case because everybody's scared of injuries, and we've seen what happens when you don't do any contact.
That is, I'll say you have to, all the rest of the players in the preseason. Too,
I
a
think
lot of
that's
them
what
aren't
preseason's
playing.
for, man. Yes, you're trying to prevent injuries, but you prevent
Get
them
them
to happen in
improved.
week 1.
Right. Look what
But
happened.
you could have them.
I hate to say it.
You could have them in week 1 of preseason and still have 3 or 4 weeks to help recover.
Ew.
Did any of us say the Jets and Cowboys game?
Yeah, we talked about
I'm
it.
not excited to look forward to that game.
I win.
No,
That defense, hell, you never know. Both defenses are good.
They could.
Yep.
They
no,
could.
but it's the question is, do you think Wilson is going to score against the Cowboys?
Your defense could be great, but you got to have a lot of pick sixes if your quarterback.
Are they gonna be able to? Are the Cowboys gonna be able to stop Breeze and
Well, he needs a
Dalvin?
field goal for Wilson
I mean-
against the Cowboys defense, though.
Yeah, I mean you're right.
I mean, yeah,
You're right with what they did. Yeah, look at
I was
what
about
they
to say,
did.
hold on now.
Unfortunately, I fucking hate to
If they
say
can
it.
stop Saquon Barkley, I couldn't see a reason they couldn't stop Brees
Well-
Hall or Dalvin Cook.
You're right.
I'm with you when you're right.
So
I am.
look,
That
we can
Brees
all hope
Hall's
it's
a
just a
hell of a
week
lot
1
of fun.
overreaction,
Yeah,
but
I'm
based off
praying.
week 1, the Cowboys are scary. But again, week 1.
The Giants' offensive line is trash, though.
Also, what I will say is the Jets have a way better defense than the Giants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
they
so-
do.
and Dak, and no, because they better run the ball because Dak will throw a pick.
Yep.
The only reason he didn't
Especially
throw a
because
pick
the
there is
Whitehead's
'cause
on
he
the
ran
other
the
end.
ball.
Yeah. You
The
better,
thing
you
is-
better throw it the opposite way.
be 21 to 14, all pick 6.
I promise you, the battle is
only.
it's gonna be like they don't want the football, like we're playing hot potato. You have it. No, I'll take it. No, you have it.
Let's go with what game we think is honestly what one you're least excited for, man, and we can go over our most excited game. Most excited one, I'll start first. Is I'm excited to see the Ravens and the Bengals just because I think that's the best. Well, listen, hear me out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Besides the Chiefs and Jaguars,
You're wrong.
is there another team? Technically, is there another?
I mean, you're gonna be real shocked with this. I'm excited to see the two rookie quarterbacks play each other.
Yeah, that's what
Because
that
I
was
think
gonna be
ours is
mine
better.
also. Yeah,
Okay.
we got to prove. Hey, everybody keeps.
He goes
saying
to Ohio
Richardson's
State, they're
gonna be the
garbage.
best
Quarterback from
in
Ohio
that
State is
draft, so
garbage. If you don't
now-
believe
now's
me,
your time
watch
to
the
prove
Bears
it for the
highlights.
first time.
I think this week's games have the potential to be so dull. It makes sense for all of us to be looking forward to our own games.
Right. No, I get
was
it.
gonna say that.
Like it,
I'm gonna
there's really
say
not
the
a game.
Eagles.
Like I said, Jacksonville and the Chiefs should be an awesome game, but I just personally think Mahomes is.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Their playoff game against Kansas City was pretty good.
Yeah.
They hung in there with
Like,
Kansas City.
like I said, I think it should be, and if it wasn't for last week,
Yeah,
but I do think Kelsey comes back, and I think they
I don't see him.
remind everyone.
Yeah, I don't see him going 0-2 to start the year.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't see Mahomes. I don't.
You done pissed them off. You and your Lions done pissed them off. They're
I'm
going to take
glad
it out
we're
on the
done.
rest of the league. Yeah.
Vaughn, you're excited.
They're probably
for the Eagles
saying,
game?
I wanna
hey, if
watch
you
the
guys
Eagles and
make it to the
Vikings game.
Super
I just want
Bowl.
to see if we've
It's
made
on.
corrections.
Then
where
they
we
can go
need
ahead
to
and
make
kill us. I'll be
corrections.
happy we got there. So.
Okay. And Aaron,
I
you're
said
obviously
Eagles and
excited for the
Vikings.
Colts game.
Yes. I
I want to, as long as they make
I want to
corrections.
see the two rookies and see
Right.
who's.
No, I get it. I mean, it looks like a dull week, and now we could be doing this, and everything could be flopped, and there could be some teams that just balling out.
You know,
This is week 2. Hey, we got the rust off, guys. We're gonna come out here and show them, what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
well, also,
Yeah.
One thing I'm
hopefully,
shocked
see a little bit better what some of the teams are about.
just hope we
at
see
week 2.
better
because
Another
offenses.
side
It
note.
was,
Over half the offenses in the NFL played like garbage.
yeah.
I have a request for Nick Sirianni. Run the damn ball, DeAndre Swift.
I know I was shocked that they fucking put in.
He is better than every
Gainwell.
running back you have on your team.
You know what we did?
Run
You know
the
what we did?
goddamn ball.
You know what we did with Swift? We threw the ball to him.
No,
Why
he
did we
has-
throw the ball to Swift?
Like twice. He had like a 1 carry for 4 yards.
Right. We should have ran the ball. We should have started Swift, but we started Gainwell, which Gainwell's good, but Swift is better.
Based on his history, though, is he rehab? Like a serious question: is he rehabbing something?
I don't think he is, to my knowledge.
Just because, just someone that's paid attention close to his career so far,
Injury
most of the time he is rehabbing an injury. So it's a legit question.
Maybe that's why they started Gainwell over Swift.
Like a legit question.
Gainwell's pretty decent.
Hey, I mean, he's good. We have 4
Yeah.
good running backs.
He's had some. He's had some good games.
But when
He
healthy,
was a
he's
backup.
not.
He-
He's
He
not
was a
DeAndre
backup.
Swift.
He's outshined starters.
When Swift is healthy, I would in the first one tell you he's a monster.
Yeah.
Like he's amazing, but that's the when he's healthy aspect.
So we'll go around. The one I'm the least excited to see is probably going to be
I already got that answer.
I already named
the
mine earlier.
Commanders and the Broncos for me.
Okay.
I mean,
Man.
Sam Howell gonna win that game.
Finally, whoops.
I think the Commanders are going to win, but I still think it's
Whoever
gonna be
scores the
short.
first field goal is going to win.
Ooh, there was that pick.
Go ahead, Shane.
Yeah, those some teams are
Go
just
ahead.
no matter
Who do
if
you think,
somebody,
Sam?
no matter if somebody stinks or they're good. Some teams are just boring.
No,
to
now
watch.
I think it really depends on Wilson because I have a kind of a harsh take on Peyton. I don't understand the hype personally on Peyton. And what they just got a ring, just one ring.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, like that's why the hype is there.
What's what I'm saying? Like outside of that, was he shown for everyone to think he was going to turn the Broncos around in the snap?
Yeah, like, oh, you really showed it to him. You did an onside
Sean
kick on the
Payton.
first,
Peyton Manning gave you that Super Bowl. He felt bad for New Orleans. He's from New Orleans, so chill out.
Patrick,
There was probably some money on the line somewhere. Like, hey,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you throw the,
I'll pull up the highlight right
That great onside kick at the second half.
uh,
That doomed them.
No, but like I said, like you remove, like I'm not taking away. Like you win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry, all excuses are done. You're the best team that year.
Yeah.
Like, that's my opinion. But outside of that, like I just 1 year, I don't think that's enough credibility for people to give you faith that you're going to turn that around.
Yeah.
what?
Especially- Especially when right off the bat your coach is telling
No
you
way,
to stop
that's-
kissing
oh,
babies.
oh, that's-
Man.
He's pretty much saying, dude,
Nope,
stop the
I'm
drama
with you
stuff.
anyway.
Like focus on the game.
Yeah.
So I think the game that I think is gonna be the worst is gonna be the Giants and the Cardinals. That's the one I'm not looking forward to.
I'm going week 2 on the uphill on them.
Giants and Cardinals is my pick.
Big Timmy's going to make a statement here.
Oh, well, it's your statement.
He's only going to make the statement because he don't like him. But go ahead, Big Timmy.
He's like,
And my shitter of the week goes to Tampa and Chicago.
that was a good shitter.
That was a good pick.
It's going to be a weekly segment on the show.
You know what?
Big Timmy shit.
If Baker beats Fields, oh man, I'm gonna give it to Trey.
Like that. If Baker beats Fields, we need Micah to be on the podcast.
They might just cut him then.
Shit. All right, Aaron. Who's your pick, Aaron?
Once again, I got to go with the Giants and the Cardinals game. I think that's going to be awful.
That was runner up for me.
Yeah, that was the first one he was looking
Yeah.
at. Honestly, depending on how the Raiders do, obviously, I mean, I was honestly going to do a surprise one and put Buffalo just because I think Josh Allen's going to try too hard to come back from his
Fuck up.
4 turnovers. And then
Denver and Washington can go in with that.
Yeah, that was my
Ryan's
shitter of
pick.
the week. Last thing but least here, I want to talk about injuries before we close it out. What? What did I do something?
No.
Oh, okay. I don't believe y'all on that one bit.
You know, I believe it was either way we're going.
Y'all both got a grin on your face.
Oh, man, let's go.
Okay.
I heard that about him.
Mm-hmm.
Injuries. We had a lot of injuries week 1. Some replacements for fantasy
Damn it.
football. What? Everything okay over there, Vaughn?
It's fine.
It sounded like you might have some farm animals in the back.
A little bit. I was laughing and just something came out.
We're gonna call you. What are they called? Those food animal plates. You know what I'm talking about? You always see the commercials for, like the moo pals. You know what I'm talking about? You guys know what?
Zoom.
Oh, I think you were there.
Zoom. I don't know.
Yeah, you were almost there. I don't
Forget the
know.
rest of it.
Zoo pals.
Zoo pals.
Yes, that's Zach was doing his best Zoo pals impression.
Oh my god.
Injuries. You got J.K. Dobbins that went out. You got Aaron Rodgers that went out. A couple of different, I believe, wide receivers. We had to go down. I had to pull up some names real quick. Cooper Kupp's looks
Anthony Richardson hurt his kney, but he will be back. Don't worry, guys.
Cooper Kupp's on
He has a
IR.
bruised knee.
Mhm.
He's at least missing the first 4 games.
what's
Yeah.
his face went out with a concussion. What quarterback was that?
Not too.
I want to say Slay went
Austin
out.
Eckler?
No, Bradbury went out with a concussion too.
let's see, Aaron Rodgers,
Bradbury
Austin
on
Eckler,
the Eagles.
Anthony Richardson, J.K. Dobbins, Tyler Lockett,
Yeah, he went out. I gotta switch.
Aaron
him out.
Jones.
That's one thing that's barred his whole career. He's a really good receiver, but he gets hurt too damn often.
Deontay Johnson. Oh, guess what? Familiar
They're
face.
killing my fantasy football team.
Mike Williams, Chargers wide receiver.
Well, he's on my bench.
Las Vegas wide receiver, Jacoby Myers.
Mike Williams is always fucking getting
Steelers
hurt.
tight end, Pat Fryer.
Always.
I know. I gotta move him around.
The only person that don't get hurt as much as him, well, they get hurt more than him, is his co-partner. Now it's just gone.
Oh, Keenan Allen.
Yeah, there you go. Keenan Allen.
That's bad that you got two great receivers. Neither one of them can stay on the damn field more than 6 games a year.
The Giants offensive
Yeah, I'm
tackle,
pretty sure
Andrew
if you
Thomas.
watch that play, I'm pretty sure Goddard was open.
Cleveland's offensive tackle, Jack Conklin. Baltimore's offensive tackle, Ronnie
We double
Stanley.
doinked it in.
Seattle's
That was the key of that
offensive
game was
tackle,
fucking Jake Elliott.
Charles Cross. I just want to talk about how big of a gap there is between great offensive linemen and then Hot dog water.
He had some hurt
Offensive
offensive
lineman
linemen in
dog
that
water.
game. I could miss some time.
even better.
Quentin Nelson's got a toe injury. I know that. Was it Ryan Kelly or somebody really good on other than Quentin Nelson was hurt? That's in that game.
Tyler Lindenbaum, Baltimore center.
I have no idea
Garrett
who they are.
Bradbury, Minnesota center. Cameron Hayward, N'Kobe Dean, linebacker for Philadelphia.
Yeah,
J.C. Horn, cornerback for Carolina.
I think pretty sure Bradbury.
Marcus Williams, safety for Baltimore.
Damn.
We had a handful of injuries. This is just the injury report, though. But that sums it up for those injuries. Any other things you guys want to talk about before we get off here today?
I think we had a pretty decent talk around the table stuff today.
Yeah. We have a show tomorrow as well. We don't typically do 4 shows in a row, but we're changing some stuff up on the schedule here. I think we're trying to come to you at least live Monday through Thursday is what we're looking like for shows. So make sure you tune in on those. We will also be live for Thursday night football. Make sure you tune in there. We're gonna have the watch party show. We're gonna have live interactions of the game. We're gonna have the Philadelphia Shitbirds versus the Minnesota Vikings.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
So,
No, he got hurt in the preseason for the year.
There's no other offensive line.
Well, they must have came back in because they said there was 2 of them, but yeah, he must have been all right.
to close us out here, we also
They
want
said Ryan Kelly.
to thank our sponsor, the Green Hollow Pub. Make sure you go down there and check them out. Like I said, they're great on the weekends, even better throughout the weekdays. Best ranch in Grant County. Make sure you try their pizza. I'm telling you that pizza is really
Pizza
great.
amazing.
It's half off today.
It is half off on Tuesdays. Yes, it
Got to
is.
dine in though.
So if you guys haven't been there, I'm telling you, go check it out. Tell them the guys huddle sent you. They'll be more than happy to help you guys out there. So we appreciate the support, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.